Hey there guys, welcome back to another episode of Monster Super League. It's your boy Odin, and today we're here to do the brand new Midsummer Miho review. I figured it'd be really good for me to release this pretty quickly just because she just got announced yesterday, and then they did release her skill set today with the brand new update. So I'm going to go ahead and basically cover her and let you guys know which one is her best typing, what you guys should be saving for, what you guys should be getting from this if you do plan on getting one of her. Right off the bat, I would say that their skill sets are actually very, very good. They're leaning more towards the Apophis / endgame arena I guess modes, so take it with a grain of salt. You will not be looking at getting these mainly for Titans. These will be to improve your Apophis teams, so it's more for your end game, mid game to end game players / whales. But that said, they are going to be giving us a free water one, which you'll essentially do or get just by completing the daily missions. I do know that there is an issue right now with the shop opening up. The event essentially begins on June 1st, but all you'll have to do is there's going to be a bunch of missions that come up here, and they're all going to have a bunch of rewards. And what you'll have to do is just essentially run the story to pick up a couple of some little flowers that drop at the end of every stage, and you'll be able to essentially get one of her for free. That being said, with the update, we did get a free heroic heroic secret egg, so that's a free nat 5. So make sure you guys pick that up. It's only 1,000 gold, so most of you guys, and I should say everybody, should be able to pick this up for free. You also get a free 10+1 summon, which is essentially a free multi-summon in your summon page. So I'm gonna go ahead and buy that out, and I will be saving that for when we do come to open up and summon on the Miho Primo Festival. So right now, the only thing that I will say is that I did see already a ton of people summon on the Clan Festival. But one thing to note, guys, is whenever they release the Clan Festival on the 22nd or 23rd of the month, that's an extra 10 days earlier than when the Clan Fest usually comes, which is usually around the 27th or 28th of the month. And then usually summons don't start until the 30th or 31st. So this month they did it early, so we knew there was something coming up in the books, for that. So unfortunately, I did see there's a ton of people in my clan that already spent quite a bit of their gems going for the Clan Festival, which, as you should. Most newer players, I recommend you guys to still go for that. But I will say right now, most of you guys should be saving for the Miho Primo Festival. So what I'll do, I guess, for this review, I'll make it a little bit different. We're gonna cover the free one that everybody is gonna get just by being able to complete the missions. They're gonna be over the span of 7 days. You'll get there's also a 1,000,000 gold event going on, in which you'll essentially also get 1,000,000 gold, a heroic secret egg, a legendary secret egg, a bunch of different prizes. So make sure you log in every day for the first 7 days, and you guys should be able to complete the bingo and get yourself a free nat 5 as well. So right off the bat, we're going to start off with the water one. I do like her aesthetics. They definitely made her more of a simp character. So for all of you guys that are into lollies, there's your Evo 1 and Evo 2. But personally, I am not into lollies, so I'm going to go ahead and go straight to your Evo 3 form, which is the Midsummer Horan. Now, the thing about the water one is that she is essentially a free copy of the Fire Draka that currently exists in game, and as you guys all know, Fire Draka is essentially broken, which also means that this water one is going to be very, very good for farming stages, for clearing the Dimension Dungeon, for clearing arenas during active week. She's also going to be very good for the Colossus if you need a hard nuker for the Water Titan, or a Water Colossus, I should say. She could actually be used for the fire one as well now, and her leader skill is broken. So she comes with an attack leader skill, which is really, really good. So essentially she's a free fire Draka, but with an attack leader skill. So for a lot of you guys out there who are brand new, if you manage to pull a variant, she's going to be very, very good for you. Definitely make sure you guys build her up. And remember, if you happen to pull two, when you do happen to pull on the Primo Festival, and you're a beginner player, I would say don't feed them together. Keep them both separate. Evo 2 or 2 Evo 2 Mons is better than 1 Evo 3 Mon at all points in the game until you get to late game. So if I were you, get one, and if you pick up a second one, keep that one too, and then you'll end up having two essentially fire drakas to do your farming, to do all that kinds of stuff with relatively nice ease, so that it'll push you towards the end game a little bit quicker. So if you pick up two of her, make sure you keep her and just build her up and use her for the farming stages in the story. Alright, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start covering up her skill set. So the water one is an attacker type, so really good for already a puncture mon with an attack leader skill. Her HP is a little bit on the lower end, but if you notice, her attack is through the roof. 3800 is competitive to a couple of base stat darks, or dark nat 5s, so that's a really high attack stat, which is very good. The way that I would build her is I would put her on a attack crit damage on a siphon set, if you happen to find a good siphon set. Second best is going to be attack crit damage on Ruin, unless you're going for damage, in arenas, or I should say, if you're going for damage in arenas, you need a Ruin set. You could also make a Pugilist set work on her, but I think that her best set is going to be the Ruin set on attack crit damage. You could also make work on an HP attack or attack crit rate. So I will make sure that I leave the best typings of their gem sets at the bottom there, so you guys should be able to see that. But I would definitely go with Ruin first, then Siphon, depending on what you're wanting to do with her. If you're going for story, you're going to use a Siphon set, or you could use a crit damage set, like I said, on Ruin. That's really good. The third set that I would put her on is probably either Gem of the Healer for arenas, or you could actually use her on a Conviction set as well. So there's a lot of different ways that you can build her, and she's very flexible, which is very good. And like I said, her aesthetics is definitely built more for you Sims out there. So MSL has definitely been stepping up their 3D models, and I gotta say they did a really good job with her outfit. So definitely fun to look at, and I'm sure a lot of you guys will be really excited to see her. By the way, I'm sorry for the really low graphics here. I just updated Nox, and I was like, I need to do this now because I'm going to be pressed for time. But essentially, her base stats here: 3800 attack, 2500 defense, and 2000 recovery. The defense is actually very good, so you could actually make her really viable. You could even do HP attack defense as well if you're looking for just a tanky defensive mon on a water typing team, so she's very good for that. And then but yeah, I think she's great. I think overall she's going to be really good as a defender as well in arenas, having that puncture ability and the 15% boost. And the puncture can be upgraded to 100% via skill books, although she is a nat 5, and so the skill books are going to be really hard to come by in the beginning. But you guys should more than be able to use her as soon as you pick her up. So definitely a really nice thing for smart study to hand out to every player out there, so make sure that you guys pick her up. She's going to be a free character for everybody, and she should definitely be a major boost to your roster. So make sure you guys use her whenever you get a chance. So for her skills, summons a cute volleyball and serves a powerful spike, damaging a single target. So the level 1 skill is a single target, and then summons a dolphin imbued with Midsummer waves that damages all enemies. So that's an attack all damage, so it's very good. I mean, she's going to be hitting a decent amount with a single target, and then obviously spread damage with the attack all. But again, leader skill really good, 3-star skill and 5-star skills are really on point, and she's a really good mon right off the bat. So moving on to the next one, which is the fire one. And I think the fire one is arguably best in slot right now for a lot of the Apophis events, and the reason why is because of this full buff breaker. So if you're not aware yet, full buff breaker allows you to basically dispel shields, dispel immunity, it dispels curse, sap, zeal. Well, actually, no, yes, it also dispels seal. Dispels basically every buff or debuff in the game, which is just really good right now for Apophis, because if you know Apophis, you know that he's going to have curse, on Mondays, sap on Wednesdays, all kinds of different debuffs, which are just really annoying. But the 3-star skill and the 5-star skill are really good together. And again, if you need a secondary backup attack leader or anything like that, if you pull a variant one, she's really good. Although I would still say that the Water Kira is still the best leader for Apophis as well, with the attack down, weaken, and attack up. skill set. So definitely a really good mon to build. I would say that you guys should be able to pick up at least 1 or 2 of her. She can also be used as a backup if you don't have the Fire Zeus yet. I'm really close to pulling the Fire Zeus. I do plan on getting him to Evo 3. I'll make a video on that and show you guys how he works, but you'll definitely want to pick up at least 1 or 2 Fire Mihos if you are late game into Apophis, as you'll need that secondary full buff breaker to consistently hit above level 100 on Apophis. So definitely really good. She is a balanced type. She has 33,300 HP, 3,000 attack, and 2,800 defense or so, and then recovery 2474. She has really good stats for a balanced mon, and I think she's definitely built for Apophis and Apophis mainly. You could definitely use her in arenas next to her other name, the Fire Scheherazade, I believe. No, not the Fire Scheherazade. Fire Glinda. So they could be a really nasty combo together, but I think that the Fire Miho is really good because she has the full buff break on the 3-star skill. So all in all, I think she's really good. What gem set I would use for her? So right now, you don't want to have defense up all the time. So I would say that putting her on HP defense on a protection set is probably going to be her best set. One of the defense gems should have at least a 20% HP substat. And you definitely want to maximize her resistance to make sure that she's able to resist anything coming at her, so that she can apply the full buff break onto the Apophis boss. And excuse me guys, I'm a little bit sick. I had a bronchitis last week, so I was out and I couldn't make any videos, but as you guys know, I'm back and I'm here and I'm trying. So make sure you guys hit the like button on the video to let me know you enjoyed this content, and make sure that I keep making reviews like these for you in the future. So, but I think she looks really good. Aesthetics are amazing. I like her color, and her variant is really nice. But again, you know, really good stats. You want to build her on a protection set if you want to use her for Apophis. You could also build her in a life set or on a Gem of Healer set, although I do know that those are a little bit harder to come by. So, you know, pick and choose your Kryptonite. But I think her best set is going to be Gem of the Healer, so that she recovers an extra 10% of HP every time. She doesn't need extra SP because you want to keep her spamming the 3-star skill, so that's how she'll work. But again, really good and very good use for the Apophis. So moving on to the wood one here. The wood one is again another Apophis concentrated mon, so her full focus is for the Apophis dungeon. The wood one is basically overkill for the water Apophis, and she will make sure to do some serious nice damage. So she is an attacker type with 28,000 HP, 3766 attack, 2680 defense, and recovery is 2159. So I actually really like her substats because, one, her defense is really high. For an attacker, 2683 is really good. That means if you put her in attack crit damage, she's not going to die. You should be able to supplement her enhancements and her base stats with the trinkets and the relics and enhancements. So I think she's going to be really good. Plus, you know, like I said, the leader skill is really good, but the main reason why she's built for Apophis is that lethal strike. And we're going to go ahead and cover the dark one later a little bit too, who is also geared for Apophis. But as you guys will see, she is mainly a whale mon. So if you're a beginner player, you don't really necessarily need to have any of these other typings. They are nice to haves. She is going to be a limited monster, so she's only going to come around for the summer. My guess is that they're going to save her up for either to make a return in either December for Christmas, or she may come around next year again for summer, since she is a summer limited mon. So I don't think this is going to be a one-time thing. So for all you guys that don't pick her up now, use this review to pick her up for the next time she comes back, which will probably be next summer. So again, mainly built for whales. They're really trying to make you to purchase her, you know, in the first, like, you know, I guess opening or release of her. But I don't think that you necessarily need her. So the lethal strike here again increases attack power in proportion to the target's total defense, built for Apophis, and then the attack down, which is really good because right now you're really relying on Hannah on the left hand side or Hannah on the right hand side to do the attack down. So having an extra attack down is really helpful for the water Apophis. So I think she's very good. As far as gemming goes, I would actually put her on Ruin, attack crit damage, or on Valor, attack crit damage. Those are going to be her two best performing damage sets, unless you have Gem of Armor. Gem of Armor is going to be arguably the second best, which gives you 10% HP and 20% or 30% crit damage, I believe. So the way that I would go is Ruin, then Gem of Armor, and then either... I guess you could probably go with, like I said, Valor, and then maybe a Protection. Protection set might not be a bad idea either, since she'll have a little bit higher defense as well. So make sure that she's going on to last the full 20 turns in the Apophis dungeon. So very good Mon. I think she looks really, really great. I do like her variant colors. They did a really good job with this one as well. So variant for sure. And that's it for the wood one, guys. So like I said, mainly a Apophis built Mon. Now the light one is very interesting because she is essentially a copy of the light bast, which gives you that immunity, but she does have a better skill set for the 3-star. The reason why I think it's better is because, one, you could pair her with like a light Sheba, a light Odin, and maybe even a dark Odin, and you're gonna have a broken team, especially with immunity. You're healing yourself. On a team that's just like, you know, like a water purse team, where you're just constantly regenerating health and constantly spamming your regenerative, I guess, skills, it's going to be a really hard team to beat unless you have shock or stun. So her variant looks really, really nice. I love the light one. The light one's actually my favorite one. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that the light was I'm really right now in between the light and the dark, and you guys will see what dark looks like, and you'll be like, yeah, she looks good. She looks really, really good. So again, smart study, really good job pushing out all these updates and essentially coming out with brand new models and making a little bit of changes and upgrades to the game, which are very long overdue. Now, if only you guys can get to the story next, that would be really great, because it's been like 2.5 years and we have 0 story progress. And I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me that although the game is really nice, it's also really nice to have a little bit of context and story aside from just events. So maybe they make a push on the story next. That would be very nice. I mean, I could make a full video on all the things that they could improve on, so I mean, who knows. But anyways, the light one is a defender type, 29,000 HP, 2,500 attack, 3,800 defense, and 2,300 recovery. So for a defender mon, she has really good defense, but I will say this, that she's also on the lower pool for HP as a defender type. She's actually comparable to a Dark Kraken right now, so more like not 4 level HP, you know, pool right there, which is great, but also not that good. But again, you know, with that 10% recovery, it does kind of work out for her to have a little bit better lower HP, so that she's able to recover quickly. So it allows you to build her in either one of 2 ways: HP defense or HP defense. And in my opinion, you want to put her on a live set, on a gem of life set, or the gem of Maggie. That way she's able to just essentially spam her immunity and recover her health like crazy. Another thing to have for the what do you call it, the super ascension skill, or for her extra what do you call it, the super ascension, I would say probably the I don't know which one might be better to use for her, but full buff break would be a nice I guess super ascension skill. Let me go over here real quick. We'll come back out to the light one and finish her up in a second, but let's go over the super ascension skill, because that's going to be very important. Come on. I think for her best super ascension skill might actually be recovery seal or unwavering resolve. It's either unwavering resolve or recovery seal. I think that might be the best for her. I guess she could definitely use her combat prowess, which, you know, is just essentially an SP siphon, which would make her exactly like the light bast. But I think unwavering resolve would be really good, because if you're pairing her up on a recovering team, I would say unwavering resolve is the best one. 20% of chance to recover every time you get hit with a mon that's already a defender type, that is already healing itself and providing immunity, is just broken. So you could use that, but definitely I think either one of these 3 should be able to work very well. in making her really, really good. So, all right. So now we're out of here. Let's go back into the light Midsummer Miho and continue her review. And I apologize, guys. I am definitely taking my little bit of time here, but I want to make sure that I am thorough with all of her typings since she is very new, and I want to make sure that you guys use her in a place that you'll actually need her. So, right now for uses for the light one, unfortunately, like I said, she's mainly geared for arenas. You could definitely use her in CVC. I do know that if you manage to summon 300 summons or 300 Astromon during her Primo Festival, you are guaranteed, and I repeat, guaranteed to get a light or a dark. Now, to get 300 Astromon, I believe it's 27,000 Astrogems, or 18,000 Astrogems, excuse me. So if you have 18,000 Astrogems, you can potentially pick up a light or a dark one. So I will definitely be able to finish that up. I should have 14,000 this week once I finish doing my sliming, because I haven't even started yet. Plus I'll have rewards from Clan, from Apophis, from CVC and Arena, so there will be plenty. I'll have plenty of time to get at least to 18,000 gem, and hopefully I'll pull either a light one or a dark one. But right now I would say the light one is very, very good. Again, her variant looks really nice. So if you manage to pull a variant one of her, pick and choose whichever one you think looks best aesthetically. But once again, guys, she is a limited Astromon, so she is only going to be able to do it during the Primo Festival. But don't feel like you're going to never get her. She should come back next summer. So, she's owned by Smart Study, and they have the rights to release her at any point in time. So don't feel like, she's never coming back again. I guarantee you she will be back again next year. So, make sure you save up if you don't have enough gems this time around. But at the very least, build up the water one. And like I said, build up 2 Evo 2 Astromon are better than 1 Evo 3 Mon when it comes to utility. So there you go. Alright, and moving on to, I guess what I would say is my current fight between the light and the dark one. Which one's my favorite one? The dark one is, again, built mainly for Apophis. So that is the reason, once again, why I say she is a whale mon. She's only geared for those players that are really into Apophis and trying to get to the late game. And essentially provides us a little bit of a boost until they release the next mon that has some of these variable skills. So, Dark Korean, attacker type. So, insane HP. 30,352 on the higher end of HP for attackers, and 3820 attack. And once again, really comparable because she is rocking some really high attack with already a 100% crit damage bonus from being a dark type. So really, really good mon. I think she's going to be busted. Her defense is a little bit on the lower side, but it is still very, very good. 2853, and recovery 2384. Just so you guys know, recovery, that stat is really not necessary. However, there is a portion of recovery that gets essentially translated into your healing. So the higher recovery you have, the more your healer will heal you. It's very slight, percentage change though. I think I've noticed that it's only about 15%. So the more recovery you have, you'll actually end up getting, around 15% more healing. But it really... You could boost that up to like 25 or 35 if you have a little bit more recovery in your subsets, but they're not needed. Your healer mon should be able to heal you with no problem. So her skill set, is really, really good. Again, built for Apophis, lethal strike, greatly increased attack power proportion to the target's total defense, and then attack up, increases allies' attack power for 2 turns. So really, really good. Just so you guys know, all attackers all mon that are not healers that have attack up as the skill will provide you with 40% attack up bonus. But if you use a healer, the healer will give you 50% attack bonus. So for example, if you're using a Dark Venus with a Dark Miho together, the Dark Venus's attack up will override the Miho's attack up skill. With that being said, this is actually good because that will put you in a position where you don't have to use the Dark Venus in the same team, because you could essentially just, remove the Venus and put in, let's say, somebody like the Wood Hana, which is going to give you defense up on the right hand side, and then you have an attacker that's already giving you attack up, and then we are able to supplement with another healer instead that will just give you defense up. So it's a great way to make sure that you last a little bit longer. Right now for you guys, I will give you this tip. On the right hand side on Apophis, if you're in the third attack or in the last attack, you're more benefit from having 3 healers and 1 damage dealer. And what I say by that is you want to have 1 lethal striker and 3 healers on the right hand side. 1 healer that has a shield, so somebody like the Light Hana or the Dark Cupid, and then another healer that has Zeal, either the Dark Hana or the Light Cupid. So it's really difficult right now to build teams for Apophis, but using those 2 plus a Hana would give you attack down and defense up on the right hand side is really good, because that allows you to put Bast on the left with, you know, a Water Kira on the left with a Water Hana on the left. So you'll have resistance down, you'll have your attack down, you'll have your weaken. You could also throw in a Fire Miho in there, which will give you the defense down as well. So for your 3rd strike, that's a pretty busted team right there. Yeah, you know, you could do a really good amount of damage with, you know, a resistance down, defense down, attack down, weaken, and you're essentially good to go. I mean, I honestly don't think that you need blind right now for a lot of the teams in Apophis, unless you're fighting the variant fire light one every other weekend. But I think that the dark one is a really, really good monster to have for the Apophis. So again, you know, you could use that team count for the light one, and you will not be let down. Her damage should be pretty busted, given that it's lethal strike. For her super ascension skill, you definitely want to get shield. I think that's probably going to be her best one. I would say Devastating Strike is second. The reason why I say shield is because survival is essentially your only or your main goal in Apophis. You want to survive and deal the most amount of damage. So in order for you to deal the most amount of damage, you got to survive. So I think that shield is going to be her best super ascension skill, unless you have like amazing gems in which makes her so beefy that it doesn't matter, you know, how much damage you're taking, she will survive, you know, a puncture from you know, Apophis. So there you go. But anyways, guys, that's it for this one, all in a nutshell. For her gem set, I would say Ruin, then Gem of Armor, then Valor, and then Protection. I would put Protection above the other ones because, again, having higher defense means you survive a little bit longer. So unless you're going against the Apophis that gives you attack down, you are going to be totally fine keeping her on, you know, on that gem set. And then for her gem quality, I would say attack, crit damage. That's going to give you the most amount of damage for sure. If you don't have attack, crit damage, you want to go attack, crit rate. If you don't have that, you can do attack, crit rate. Sorry, not attack, crit rate. HP, attack, crit rate. So those should give you the best sets. And then of course, you know, you can always use Zeal as well. If you don't have a Ruin set, you can always use Zeal. That's 15% crit rate and 15% attack as well. So very good. But that's it, guys. I think, for my opinion, the way that I would rank the Horans is really, like, they're all really, really good across the board. So I actually don't want to give them all a, this is the best one, this is the one you want to focus on, because they all have different skill sets that allow them to be used in different modes. But I will say that if you pick up the water one, definitely worth building. You pick up the fire one, definitely worth building. You pick up the wood one, definitely worth building. The light one, definitely worth building. The dark one, they're all really good. This is probably the only time and the first time that I have seen Smart Study build a mon specifically with the purpose of being a monetized mon, meaning you could use one of her in any single event type or top event that comes out, and she's going to be really good at any one of those events. So I think for right now, they really outdid themselves in providing a mon that is useful for everybody at any stage in the game, given that the water one can be used for farming, the fire one can be used for arenas, the wood one can be used in Apophis, the light one can be used in arenas and Apophis, the dark one can be used in arenas and Apophis as well. So I would think that for right now, there is no best one. They're all really, really good. Their typings are very, very good. Their stats are very, very good. They look solid. The model is really good. This is the type of mon that, once again, comes in, like, very, very rarely in Monster Super League. And I honestly think that they should have made her like an anniversary mon for sure, because her quality is just amazing. She's not only she a quality of life improvement with the water one, because you're not being forced to, you know, dish out nat 3 mon or nat 5 mons to pick up one fire trucker. You know, it all comes down to you. What I would say is, a lot of you guys, make sure you save your Astro Gems from this week's clan events. and prep to pick her up during the Primo Festival coming up here next week. So she's going to be here on June 1st. And with that said, guys, I think that's it for this video. Comment down below what you would like me to review next if you found this review helpful. And make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel if you're new, or if you're looking for more content. Make sure you guys check out my guide channel. There is tons of guides. Just, you know, go to my browser page and just look up for guides and you guys will find me there. Anyways, guys, that's it for this video. I'll catch you all on the next one. And for the summons, I'm hoping to pick up at least one light or dark, and we'll go from there. That's it, guys. Take it easy. Hope this video was helpful to you, and I'll catch you all on the next video.